Hello YouTube, welcome to another one of my Duel Links videos. So I have for you a bonus deck slash video. I realize I don't have to post one tomorrow because I'll be streaming, but I really wanted to share this with you guys because I'm getting some pretty good feedback from this morning's video. If you watched it, it was a spell counter deck using the bamboo swords, and there's a version that I didn't go with because of its lack of interaction. It's an OTK version. It's a little disgusting, but I really want to share it with you guys, just so you guys see that if I wanted to, I could put out some nasty decks too, but I'm trying to keep it friendly. So here's the deck list, and we are using Megaton Magical Cannon. I actually had a request to use this card a long time ago, and I knew it wasn't time for it yet. With the bamboo sword engine, now we can actually make a viable Megaton Magical Cannon, and this is my version of it. I'm running dual standby for that spicy extra card. Anytime you're running some kind of OTK deck that requires a lot of combo pieces, you're never wrong going with dual standby. We have the full bamboo sword engine, so we have 3 cursed, 3 golden, 3 broken. The rest of our spells are 2 magical citadel, 1 magical stone excavation, and then we have the 2 Megaton Magical Cannon themselves. Or monster lineup: 3 magical something, 3 magical exemplar, 1 magical something. The reason why I went with magical something is because I needed another card that I could add spell counters to it. So we have 6 cards in the deck, the 3 exemplar, the magical something, and then we have the 2 citadel. These are the cards where we can add counters to, and obviously you need 10 in order to activate Megaton Magical Cannon, which is remove tailspin, 10 spell counters on your side of the field, destroy all cards your opponent on your opponent's side of the field. So we're just wiping the board, and then we're hitting them for that OTK. The reason why Magical Exemplar is perfect in this deck, obviously, is because you get 2 counters per spell as opposed to 1, which is everything else. And also because it's gonna let you swarm the field. You can special summon another exemplar by removing 4 counters, and then you can use that exemplar's effect to special summon another monster, whether it's another copy of itself, whether it's magical something, or whether it's Endymion the Master Magician. Now because we're using a lot of counters, it's very easy to get 6 counters or more on Magical Citadel, so that's another way to special summon Endymion. And the cool thing is that Magical Exemplar's effect works from grave, so you can ditch any of your monsters with Magical Stone Excavation because you're going to be able to special summon them regardless. And that's pretty much it for the deck. It's very, very I don't know what the right word is. It's a little filthy. You guys will see in this replays, but I'm still not ready to put it in the same category as the FTK, using Woodland Sprite, because you're using spell counters. You're actually using like another engine. You're not just straight up burning the opponent, and there's a bit more interaction, but most of the time you just OTKing. We're going up against Bastiaan, going second. I have a good starting hand, but since I don't see an OTK threat, I didn't see an extra deck with the Geminites, felt like I could take the hits. I go down to 200 life points, and now I can start my shenanigans. We go for Exemplar, activate the Citadel. So right now we already have 5 counters on board, just like that, half what we need for the Megaton. And now this is very important. Pretty much every time I have 4 counters on Exemplar and I have a magical Exemplar in hand, I just use those counters up to summon my Exemplar, because all I need is 1 spell to get them back, and after that I'm gaining twice the amount of spell counters per spell. So I go ahead and use 4 to summon my Exemplar, activate my broken bamboo sword, get it back to my hand using a cursed bamboo sword. So right now, just from this combo, I got 8 counters on the monsters and then 2 on the Citadel. So that's 10 counters. Activate my Megaton, And because I already used Exemplar's effect to special summon, I remove all the counters from the first one, and the second one is able to special summon magical something, and with no monsters left on the field, I attack him directly and end the game. That 200 life point comeback, nice and easy. Now we got a Seto Kaiba. Yeah, after playing, you know, the last version, I realized that it's so easy to resolve the Megaton card. So I just went out, you know, with a full YOLO version. Going first, no need to reveal what I'm playing. I don't fear an OTK. Actually, after I saw Sacred Phoenix, I did fear the OTK, because had he had Fire King Island, he would have been able to special summon Phoenix and then summon another monster. But instead, he just sets 2 cards, so I can go for my shenanigans. Double Golden Bamboo Sword, pretty broken, honestly. And then I pick up a Magic Exemplar, and like I said, I immediately special summon that. I get my 4 counters back immediately, and now I'm gaining, you know, double. Pick up Magical Stone Excavation, dump the the Cursed Bamboo Sword to the graveyard, which is gonna let me search for another Golden Bamboo Sword. I also added, you know, one of them using the excavation in the first place. Go ahead and destroy the back row, removing all those counters. And I have plenty of counters now to special summon Endymion, but first I want to search out for a little bit more cards. And this is really good because I drew into my second Endymion, so I actually have a follow-up play if I were to not finish the game this turn. If he had a Sphere Kuriboh, which is pretty common in Sacred Phoenix decks, I would have enough counters on the Citadel to special summon my second Endymion. But no Kuriboh, so I get the win. And I gotta say, I did not feel sorry one bit for most of these opponents. Jaden Yuki. Oh, this one's actually a little bit interesting. My opponent ends up giving me the game, and I'll show you what happened and, you know, why that was. But I pick up my swords, so I go ahead and special summon my magical something. It's not as optimal as, you know, a second magical exemplar, but I'm still gonna be gaining 3 counters instead of 2, so it seemed worth it. Pick up a second Cursed Bamboo Sword. I'm gonna send that back and then activate it yet again. And what I was trying to do here was get to 6 counters on my Citadel Endymion, but unfortunately I only have 3 after this spell resolves. So as you can see, I'm gonna resolve my Megaton Magical Cannon, but I have no way of special summoning Endymion. And 1700 and 1800, it's not gonna give me game. But what my opponent does right here, which it's almost like an instinct, you know, usually when your board is getting wiped, the logical thing is to go for Econ Take, but his enemy controller resolving along with my Megaton resolving is gonna add 4 extra counters to my magical exemplar, and because it's going to be destroyed by the cannon effect, all those counters go to my field spell. And now I'm able to special summon Endymion from my hand, since I have 7 counters on it. So that was pretty clutch. I mean, not to say that that's what cost my opponent the game, but definitely he would have survived another turn had he not used the enemy controller, oddly enough. Or not for Econ Take, he could have just, you know, switched him to defense mode. Here I was just building a little bit of counters instead, like again, you know, in case I needed any follow-up plays for the next turn, if I ran into a Sphere Kuriboh. But another win. And now we got a Mako Tsunami, which was actually one of the games where I didn't pull the OTK right away. It took me a few turns, But once you have your Citadel out, it's pretty easy to, you know, it's not like you auto lose if you don't pull the OTK in one turn, because if your monsters get destroyed, those counters are not lost, they just go into your Citadel, so you can still pull off your Megaton. Now here I set my Cursed Bamboo Sword because I saw a balance and I thought I was going against Gladiator Beast. I figure they'll pop my back row with Bestiari, and it actually, worst case scenario, he has a Sergeant Electro, so it locks it down. But I pick up the Citadel, and here I'm just getting counters. The back row was not chainable, so I assume it was a wall disruption. No reason to attack into it. And even though my magical exemplar got destroyed, I still got the counters onto my Citadel. And you know, now I'm up to 6, so I can special summon my Endymion. And that's what I do. I use my other broken bamboo sword to destroy the Sergeant Electro. Eventually. There we go. I use my broken bamboo sword, destroy Sergeant Electro, so now I have access to my other cursed bamboo sword. And here all I needed was one more spell after this golden bamboo sword, and I would have been at 10 counters. Unfortunately, I pull up 2 Megaton magical cannons, so I'm not able to activate it. But luckily, you know, he was only able to destroy one of my exemplars, so I'm able to special summon it back. And now that I pick up a second cursed bamboo sword, I'm gonna be able to put plenty of counters on my board. Here we go. And I can go for the Megaton. Get him out of here. And GG. I got one more replay for you guys. This should be a quick video. Most of these replays, you know, only lasted a couple turns. Although I did play a bunch of cards, which I guess is the annoying, you know, slash dirty thing about a deck like this, is that your opponent has to sit through the whole shenanigan to get OTK'd at the end. But it's spell counters, man. I love spell counters. I can't hate on it. As much as I hate, you know, the other decks that exploit the bamboo swords, I love spell counters. But here we see red eyes, so it's gonna be, you know, your regular red eyes into Gandora Monster Morph Evolution deck. So pretty easy to OTK as long as I get the right cards, and I pick up my Citadel right away. And I have double golden bamboo sword, so that pretty much guaranteed my win. I mean, I'm gonna plus so much of these cards, and then look at this. Draw into another golden bamboo sword. Look at all the counters on the board already. 3 golden bamboo swords, because that's, you know, that's super fair. Pick up a second cursed bamboo sword, so I'm gonna be able to cycle it twice since I have another in the field. I'm getting 5 counters every time I activate a spell, which is insane. Go for the Megaton. He's gonna chain the red eyes. And I could summon my Endymion either using the Citadel or the counters on my second magical exemplar. I tried to do that, but I think, yeah, my opponent gets a little salty and then just surrender. Or I guess they close the app because it said failed. But yeah, that's it for this deck. I had a lot of fun with it. I played it, I think, like 7 or 8 games, and my only loss was to a disconnect. So it did pretty well, but you know, it's kind of gimmicky. I know eventually it's gonna start breaking, like most decks do. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys liked my original spell counter deck, and you know, don't hate this one too much. I mean, we're using Megaton Magical Cannon. What more can you ask for? Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, like, comment, and subscribe if you want. Join my Discord if you haven't. The link's down in the description, along with my PayPal link if you guys want to support my channel, support my content. I really appreciate that. And till next time.